I'm sorry, you just ain't found. Oh my god! Pokemon Emerald Elite Redux is a difficult ROM hack of Pokemon Emerald where every Pokemon has 3 abilities they can choose from and 3 more abilities they have at all times, making for a total of 4 abilities in play at once. Not only that, but this hack adds a ton of new moves, Pokemon, and abilities that allow for absurd results, such as Super Luck Skilling Technician Apom, which basically makes it so that all of its multi-hit moves hit super hard, or a Musharna with Comatose and an ability that doubles its damage if a Pokemon is asleep, including itself. I've played this game once before on Ace difficulty, but since this game got a massive facelift, I figured I would try on the harder Elite difficulty, with one caveat. I will only be doing double battles. Why account for 4 abilities when I can worry about 8? Plus, every Pokemon game is mostly single battles, so why not mix things up and raise the power level even higher? Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire are the games that introduced double battles after all. I hope you enjoyed this video, and without further ado, let's begin my adventure with... After setting my clock, I'm immediately introduced to the first change to the vanilla game. May asked me what region my starter is from, ranging from Kanto all the way to Paldea, as well as a set of mons for each type to account for monotype runs. The quality of life changes doesn't stop there. Mom gives me a coin case and an old rod as soon as I go downstairs, and when I open the menu, there's a plethora of settings like auto run and info button, drastically increasing the shiny rate, not to mention the Nuzlocke option, and most importantly, double battle mode. When I dig through Professor Birch's bag for my starter, I pick Chikorita, since normally it's ass, and I wanted to see how the hack fixes it. The battle UI is also completely overhauled, with a bunch of new info such as speed order, true damage, type advantage, and damage calculation when hovering over a move. The bag is also replaced with an info tab, which shows everything from current stat changes, field conditions, and more damage calculations. After putting the wild Zigzagoon down, I went ahead to the Pokemon Center to receive a care package of literally every item in the game minus Mega Stones from Nurse Joy. Infinite rare candies, TMs, repels, a dex nav that vacuums Pokemon into your party and box for you without the need for a single encounter. You can even customize your Pokemon by going to the summary screen and changing everything about it besides its species. This hack makes team building effortless. This allows for experimentation with any team I can conjure up from my imagination. The only limiting factor being what mons are available and the level cap that goes up for every gym badge I obtain. May really sets the tone for the rest of this game, opening with her starter geared to the teeth of the same privileges I was given. This applies to all trainers, including youngster Calvin, who's only supposed to have a level 5 Zigzagoon, but it's replaced with a nasty Strongjaw team. I know I said 4 abilities total, but 2 of those are actually locked behind gym badges, so I'm only working with 2 until I defeat Brawly. One more thing I noticed was this yellow building known as the Adoption Center. The Adoption Center provides new Redux forms of already existing Pokemon. The only ones available right now being the Elemental Monkeys, in which are now Dark, Psychic, and Fighting. Since Pokédollars are discontinued and battle points are the new currency, which, go figure, is earned by winning battles, I had to go terrorize the local route in order to afford said monkeys. I mainly used a grass team consisting of Swadloon and Nuzleaf to abuse the terrain with Sudowoodo and Palossand as tanks. Then I just had Mankey in the back to clean up whatever was left. I thought the first gym would be a lot easier, but Roxanne had a surprising amount of anti-grass measures on her team that I was forced to work around. Hey guys, Editor Bartholomew here. So it turns out I didn't record any of the audio for the first chapter, and in its place, I've kind of recreated the music and sound effects to hopefully give you something to listen to while you watch this fight. If I did forget to record more audio, I will find a better solution than this. Because not because of quality control or anything like that. I just didn't want to recreate another song again because it took longer than I'd like to admit to recreate the Emerald Trainer Battle theme, which isn't even the right song. It should be Gym Trainer theme, but by the time I found that out, I was way too deep in to stop and restart. So instead, you got normal trainer music instead of the gym leader music. God. So wait on these. Yeah, so I target the Mag Cargo that's burnt up and now just pure rock type, and man, I can't just act like I'm not listening to myself recreate sound effects. God damn it. Bomb. Fuck, the fight's almost over, alright? One thing I will say is, Bombardier, who you'll see come out in a second. That was kind of the toughest problem, being flying type, fast as fuck, and having big pecs able to knock out Swadloon and Nuzleaf really easily. But once I had Bombardier killed, I was basically set. You know what? Now would be a good time to tell you to like, comment, and subscribe. I mean, I post quality content like this. God. You know what? I'm just gonna let the battle play itself. I got nothing more to say, and I didn't say any more because I could just speed up the rest of this god awful fight. Yeah, that was chapter 1. Roxanne defeated. I got Nomura. That was pretty cool. Anyway, moving on to... So, a couple things have changed now that I beat Roxanne. The first thing is that the level cap has been raised to level 23, meaning a few more Pokemon can evolve, and the second thing that changed is now there are more Pokemon available in the Adoption Center, meaning new Redux forms, and third of all is I've unlocked my second innate ability, or basically my third ability, so now I'm working with 3 abilities per mon. The first one I wanted to work with was Mankey's Anger Point ability, which, if you didn't know, when Mankey gets hit with a critical attack, it will immediately max out its attack stat. Usually, this is kind of bad because A, Mankey's pretty frail, so getting hit with an attack, a critical hit no less, will most likely kill it, or bring it low enough to die next turn, so it won't be able to make use of its high attack stat. Not to mention, critical hits are pretty rare to get in the first place. But if I have a teammate who I know won't kill it and can guarantee a crit, I can stack that with Guerrilla Tactics, which boosts its attack stat by 1.5 to land ridiculously strong rock slides and hopefully sweep an entire team with it. If they somehow survive that, Pansear can click Instruct to make Mankey throw out another rock slide on the exact same turn. Hopefully you're starting to see how these abilities start to stack and work with each other in double battles. Looking at the Redux mons that are now available to me, there were a couple standouts, one of which being Redux Beedrill. It's Ice Poison type, very fast, and is a multi-hit demon. It's got Technician, it's got Poison Point, which now works offensively, so those multi-hitting moves have a very high likely chance of poisoning, and it does extra damage to poisoned mons. It'd come in, break whatever, and get out. After watching Buddy get robbed in broad daylight by Team Aqua and being sent to chase after them, I'm blocked by a wall of trainers standing in my way. With the help of Anger Point Cheese and Beedrill, I get through the trainers on the route and defeat the Aqua Grunt and save Wingull, giving me access to Dewford. It's here that I find a new area known as the Dewford Meadows, which features Oricorio, an interesting one in vanilla VGC, but even more so now with this new ability 2-Step, which makes it use Revelation Dance on a random opponent after using a dance move. By combining that with Jinx's Dancer ability, which copies said dance moves, I can buff both Pokemon at the same time and deal damage with Oricorio and still let Jinx throw out attacks on the same turn. It was here in Granite Cave where I started to feel the difficulty spike a bit because all of the trainers in here had been removed, except for one, the former champion himself, Steven. I wanted to win with the team I already had, but when I'm up against a Choice Scarf Genesect and a Metagross in the back, I knew counter-teaming would be inevitable. A wise man once said, if you can't win at their game, make your own and crush them at it. So that's what I did, with Speed Tiers, and I made a Trick Room team full of slow Firemons to cook Steven's team. After cutting Brawly's trip to Slateport short, I used the Dancer team to breeze through the gym trainers and challenge Brawly. I'm not gonna lie, Steven made me work for that gym badge, forcing me to rework my whole team once more, but, just like Steven, Trick Room seems to work like a charm. Don't tell me there's no audio. told you I'd come up with a better solution if I didn't have audio. Anyway, the level cap has been raised to 36, which means most Pokemon can fully evolve, and there's a bunch of new Pokemon in the Adoption Center. Now that Brawly's been defeated, I have all 4 innate abilities, and we can finally move on to Chapter 3. Huh. Usually I get cut off by some guy getting hit with the... Enter Greedent, aka Fatty, aka Eat the Berry and Never Die. His whole job is to plant itself in place, eat its berry, spam follow me, and keep the team alive. Shoutouts to the Elite Redux Discord, link in the description. You know the deal by now. New gym badge, new level cap, new Redux mons. And my favorite so far seems to be Flying type Floatzel, who's perfect for speed control. He sets up Tailwind on entry, and gets rid of weather as well. Blocking my way up to Marvel was Team Aqua, who once again were trying to rob Devincourt. But this time, it wouldn't be 1 trainer. Not even 2 trainers, but 3 trainers back to back to back with no heals in between. It was a 6v12, and I'm not just talking 12 Pokemon. That'd be too easy. It was a team of 12, made not to last, but to whittle down my Pokemon so Archie can clean up my team. Fortunately, I didn't need to switch my team much at all. I just had to play smarter, that's all. Now that I have access to the routes leading to Mauville, I had access to a bunch of electric Pokemon. The 2 most important ones being Plusle and Minun. They're the tag team electric duo, so the game made sure I would have fun using them together. The team looked promising, but I had to see for myself how good they really were. So now we got a Helping Hand, Transistor boosted, plus minus discharge coming from Plusle. I wonder if they live. I think it'll be close. Little with meow. Nope. Not even worse. Unfortunately, the next gym leader is Watson, so I'll have to put this team on the back burner for now. But Flannery will feel the twins' wrath. And so will May, because I completely decimated her as soon as I saw her on this route. The team seemed to slaughter anything that wasn't immune to electricity, and that carried me all the way to the gym. But like I said, Watson would need an alternative, and thankfully his Tapu Koko gave me some ideas. Okay, so looking at his team, his Tapu Koko has Drizzle, right? It has Electro Surge, right? It's an electric terrain team, as to be expected. But even though it has Drizzle, none of these mons seem to have Swift Swim or any type of rain advantage besides this Mega Feraligatr, which is slow as hell. Turns out, Ludicolo both outspeeds and one-shots the Tapu Koko. So, I guess I just got a rain team. I just take this and another Swift Swim on, and we just sweep. Yeah, it turns out none of the footage for this fight was even remotely usable, but this is basically how it went down. Okay. From here on out, there will be no more footage mess-ups, no more missing audio, no more choppy, non-usable footage. It'll just be nice, perfectly usable gameplay. You'll get a proper gym fight, I promise, from here on out. No more mishaps, no more misedits. None of that stuff. Okay? So, knowing that, we can finally move on to... After getting an Ampharos for my troubles, I realized I haven't checked out the game corner yet, so I went ahead and picked up some new Pokemon. What? Cool, I got a Trico doll. What's this kid doing here? Fuck you! Goldango looked promising, so I wanted to see if I can make him work in a team. But, because of its ability sharing is caring, battles took ages because of how long it took to resolve stat boosts. Nah, this guy's great. Check this out. Oh my, we're gonna be here all day. With that and how finicky the team was, I figured I could just go back to the electric terrain team. This time though, I got Pachirisu, a tanky terrain setter with Follow Me and Stuffed Cheeks. He's like an electric fatty. It wouldn't be a Pokemon Emerald playthrough without fighting the wind straits, which was basically like getting jumped in the museum, but voluntarily. Aw fuck, is this gonna be a royal pain in the ass? Oh, definitely. Even though I could have done this earlier, I'm glad I didn't because this fight took me the most attempts out of everything so far. The challenge was keeping both Plusle and Minolin alive up until Granny, since nearly every mon before them was either super tanky or had a focus sash, guaranteeing them a hit before they died. And like the museum again, those hits added up. Once I got the twins into the final fight, it was smooth sailing from there. I should probably mention this hack added 2 new status conditions, one of which is bleeding, which is like poison, but I can't heal until I stop bleeding, which I can do by using a healing move like Recover, which gets rid of the status but doesn't actually heal me at all. There's also Fear we have yet to see, which stops the Pokemon from switching and makes them take extra damage for a couple turns. The Redux mon that caught my eye this time was Ghost-type Houndoom, which had Flare Boost and Ghost-type Scrappy, meaning its stab was only walled by Dark types. Turns out, Gardevoir gets Soul Heart as well as Dreamcatcher, which makes it do double damage when a sleeping Pokemon is on the field. Pair it with Comatose Musharna and I have a double damage Gardevoir that gets stronger with each kill. I know I was scaling a mountain and all, but it felt like there were way too many ground types as soon as I switched back to the electric team. Yeah, look at this team, bruh. Cuss-tap, 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 Cuss-tap. Sturdy, 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 sturdy. Mineralize. Ah, normal type moves become rock type moves and get a 1.x boost. Heading into Meteor Falls, we meet the second evil organization, Team Magma, offering the warmest welcome possible. A tag battle with my rival. There's nothing more frustrating than not being able to use your own team for a fight. The worst part is May's half of the team is just what she fought me with earlier, while my opponents have a whole ass Sun team on their side. While it didn't take me as long to beat as the win straits, it definitely got on my nerves more. Before I can challenge Flannery, I had to make my way up Mount Chimney and grab the red orb from Maxie, who's kind of a pushover compared to the grunts I fought at Meteor Falls. It was in the Fire Gym that I met the closest thing to a Wonder Guard Pokemon with health, Kecleon. His signature ability, Color Change, makes it switch to any resistances or immunity before getting hit. To put it into perspective, it is immune to Normal, Ghost, Fighting, Psychic, Electric, Ground, Dragon, and Poison type attacks. How do you beat it? Tinted Lens, or some kind of type-ignoring ability. I know I said Flannery will feel the twins' wrath, but I was having too much fun with the Psychic Terrain team. I mean, it's the same Helping Hand Terrain spam, so in a way she did feel the team's wrath, in spirit. Now that I've got a Volcarona, which sets its own sun, I can head back to Petalburg and beat up my dad and... Considering there wasn't much to do in between gyms, this chapter was much shorter than the rest. I polished up the team a bit. Editor Bartholomew here. By polish up the team a bit, I mean I added Xatu, which has the ability Inverse Room, which for 3 turns will flip all type resistances on its head. Check the Adoption Center. Unfortunately, there are no new Redux forms this time around, and headed for the hot spring. To my surprise, I was met with a battle, and Lucy here was met with Hazardous Voltage. She does have a cool design and cool music though. I checked the desert and Mirage Tower, but the best mon I got there was an Arctazol from the Galar student. Wasting no time at all, I headed to Petalburg and blew through Norman's gym with a flurry of lightning, going so far as almost one-shotting a Blissey with Discharge. With nothing else standing in my way, Norman hands me the Mega Ring and a stone collection, I Mega Evolve Ampharos, and we proceed with the fight. Unless that Dojo has a focus sash, that would suck. God damn it. Ah. Oh. Let's fucking go. God fucking. Okay. Stupid Dojo.
なんだこの血の量は。おい生きてんのか。あいつはどこだ。ここで何があった。何もなかった。
Because Minun is a fucking soldier, I was able to bait out the Persian priority and sweep Norman's team, awarding me badge number 6. It's kind of poetic how Dad gave me the parent Pokemon. Anyway, I have access to Surf, and I'm kind of out of trash can clips, so I don't know what to put here for the transition to... I started to notice something about the teams I was fighting in double battle mode. Unless the double battle is mandatory like in Meteor Falls or the trainers that stand side by side, the teams are meant for single battles, which explains why I've been practically unstoppable the second I made a proper doubles team. I swapped out our Floatzel for Kilowattrel since it also set up Tailwind, but it also had Volt Absorb and a better synergy with terrain. I still don't have a way of bypassing electricity immune abilities, like Lightning Rod or Volt Absorb. Besides that, everything was getting rolled. I did manage to find the only unknown in this game. I'm not missing out on much since this mon is complete garbage. With Surf, I had access to the new Marvel Basement. I had a door puzzle and a few electrodes, but the main attraction was Zapdos. As cool as legendary Pokemon were, Zapdos didn't really fit anywhere on the team. It seems better on something else like a rain team with its Gale Wings Hurricanes and accurate thunders. The other exclusive mon in there was Rotom, but like Zapdos, didn't really fit anywhere on the team. Steven showed up again for a rematch, but unfortunately for him, I had the power of friendship on my side. Fast forward through some tall grass and I'm at the Weather Institute. And since this is Team Aqua, they had me fighting Rain Team on top of Rain Team until I ran into Aqua admin Shelly, whose team really humbled me. I mean, I had to pivot my team a bunch, she had me triple checking calculations and carefully considering each and every turn, and the fight's over. Okay, but with May, her Mega Blaziken had me just barely scraping by, and that fight's done too. Okay. But she was a lot harder at the Lily Cove department store, where, oh, never mind. Surely the 6th gym leader will put me in my place. I'm sorry, you just ain't found. Oh my god! But look, new Redux mons. And they're pseudo-legendaries. Okay, moving on. I think I could tank one. Super effective overheat, but it's -2. Fuck! Yeah, looks like I spoke too soon. The game's difficulty comes back in full effect, because every other Pokemon has Lightning Rod. And that's the one thing I mentioned I don't have a counter for. It's not like this gimmicky ass team wasn't viable anymore. I mean, look at what happened in the Maxi battle. Who would win? One, a legendary being awakened from its internal slumber in its prime form, or one, or 2 little mice, 2 little electric rats. Yeah, you sit the fuck down, Primal Groudon. After bullying Maxie and his box art legendary and getting lost in this children's game for an embarrassingly long time, I get the news that Archie stole a submarine, giving me access to the Aqua Base, where I, once again, got lost in this children's game. It really took me a solid minute to realize there was nothing at the end of that puzzle. After battling through Waterworld, I run into Admin Matt, who is the last line of defense preventing me from keeping Kyogre asleep. His team was very conductive, but not conductive enough to get to the submarine in time, so I'm gonna need to go beat Tate and Liza, get Dive, and then meet him at the bottom of the ocean. Beating Tate and Liza is a lot easier said than done. Usually to deal with Trick Room, I just stall out the Trick Room because it's only 3 turns. But no, this is permanent Trick Room, and permanent Inverse Room, and a proper doubles team. And he's got a Slowking in the back that turns it into Psychic Terrain. So there's a lot of factors stacked against me. So should I change the team? Should I tweak a couple things? No, it's the same team, same gimmick, same idea. Just replace Plusle with Ampharos and Minun with Tailglow, and we got a strat. Considering this is a team you can assemble basically at badge 3 minus the Mega Ampharos, I'm surprised it hasn't been power crept yet. Like, I think I might just take this team to the Elite Four. Like, these guys are all gonna be in the Hall of Fame. No changes from here on out. Since Ampharos doesn't have the same damage output as Plusle, why don't you take this extra time to like and subscribe? If this video gets enough likes, I might just do the postgame. With Tate and Liza defeated, I received my 7th gym badge, which lets me use Dive, allowing me to continue my chase to stop Archie from capsizing the entirety of Hoenn. Oh, what's it called? Ah, don't crash, please! Yeah, okay, cool. No team switches necessary, bro. Inverse Room, Trick Room, a proper doubles battle, or a proper doubles team. Okay, well, you're getting really unstable. I'm gonna need to save ASAP. By some miracle, the game didn't crash, allowing me to dive straight in. Time to put an end to Team Aqua and Team Magma's antics once and for all. Starting with Team Magma, oddly enough. The space station was right there, so I figured I'd pay it a visit. Maxie seemed to have taken a page out of Archie's playbook and set up goons surrounding the stairway. You're outnumbered 3-1, but will you still take us on? What if I say no? Good answer, that's what a smart person will do. They just let me walk away. They just let me walk away, bro, what the fuck? As funny as it was being able to leave, I needed to beat them in order to get to Maxie. Getting to Maxie was the easy part though. To my dismay, I see Steven standing there, ready to help me in another awful tag battle. This fight was brutal. I had to fight Maxie's fire and ground team with the help of Steven's mono steel team, just begging to be baked. Not to mention he brought Primal Groudon with him again.
So, the minions from Despicable Me, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, is this
No, go on. No, I'm trying to hear this.
So the minions from Despicable Me, right? They flock to the biggest baddie around, and it's explained in the movies that after the fall of Napoleon, the minions got a little depressed, so they retired to Antarctica and only got back to minioning in 1968. Now, they never say anything about Jesus.
Is Jesus a
How
villain?
far back do the minions go? Did the minions help crucify Jesus Christ? Want to know, Pixar?
Shit, maybe.
I want to see a big banana loving fuck. That doesn't sound right. A yellow pill-like creature crucifying Jesus.
If there was a time to change up my team, it would be for this battle. But then I remembered, I have the power of friendship on my side and some really strong plot armor. Oh, thank God! Thank God! Oh my goodness. Alhamdulillah, brothers and sisters. How did third graders manage to find this place? I swear you need the help of a bloodhound in order to find Archie. Lucky for me, Steven nor May were waiting to help me with this one, so... all that's left is to head on over and wake up Big Ray. Fuck your water, now fuck your land, now fuck your water, now fuck your land, fuck you, fucking fish, big ass fish, fuck you, land walking, land lubber, I'll fuck you up, now fuck you up, you piece of shit land lubber, whale, now fuck you, overgrown lizard, I'll fuck you in your volcano, fuck you in your land, fuck your ground, you ain't got as much drip as me. Fuck your water. Hey, who doing all that yelling? Hey, fucking fish, big ass fish, fuck you. Land walking, land lubber, fuck you,
hey, what's doing all that? Yo, hey,
piece of shit,
you're waking me up.
piece of shit land lubber, whale.
Hey, yo, turn that shit down. Turn that shit down before I fuck the both of you up, hey? Hey, you listen to me. You slink back down. You shut the fuck up, alright? Yeah, I don't want to hear nothing from neither of you. You got that? Now fuck off, both of you. Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. It's fucking 5 in the morning. Fucking messed up my beauty sleep, bro. Fucking real like me, bro. Fucking piece of shit. Fuck this place. I fucking hate. Guess not. Anyway, this last gym seemed to also be a double battle gym, like the one in Moss Deep. So much so that both Juan and Wallace were both here to greet me with their Ubers team. With how easy that battle was, I should have known something was up. How would you look at that first try? 8 gym badges. I do wish to give you a unique challenge. Very well, Barthig. But you can... What? I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon. Nuh-uh. They said, here's a second battle. Fuck you. Oh god, what the fuck? Why is there a Palkia? What the fuck? Why am I thrown into a second battle? I just found my heart out. Why is it Palkia Origins? What the fuck? Hey, this isn't funny. Give me my gym badge. This is not funny. Okay, it actually wasn't that bad considering the beatdown I gave their first team, that the rest of my team was healthy enough to just destroy this team too. I wouldn't say destroy, it was kind of close. But it just caught me way off guard because I wasn't reading the dialogue properly until the last line. But yeah, gym badge 8. All wallet full of badges. Yeah, it's time to beat this game. After tying up a couple loose ends, shortly after entering Victory Road, I was greeted by our old friend Wally, whose team was surprisingly solid for a team meant for singles. I can't say the same for the rest of the trainers in here though, but there was one trainer who I fought long ago when my journey started. My true rival. Look at me now, I'm Calvin and I'm a wall before the Pokemon League. Ready for a real challenge? Yes.
I'm ready for a real challenge. Youngster Calvin. Him and his Kecleon, which is a Kecleon on top of a Dugong. Calvin was quite literally the wall blocking my way to the Pokemon League, with his stall team consisting of this monstrosity, a double team spamming Umbreon, a Mega Shuckle, and a Triage Chansey. And a couple of fast mons for cleanup. Kecleon has Color Change, Fur Coat, and Ice Scales, all combined into one ability. The other three are Retribution Blow, which hits you with a Hyper Beam every time you use a stat boosting move, Wonder Skin, which has the accuracy of status moves, and Northwind, which sets up Aurora Veil on switching because, of course, it needs more defense. I mean, just look how little damage Plusle and Minun do to it. Okay. So this is a Helping Hand, Transistor boosted, Electric Terrain boosted, plus Minus boosted, Life Orb boosted, Rising Voltage. This better fucking kill. Yeah, I could not think of any way to do more damage without spending 1,000 turns setting up. Thankfully, the creator of this hack has a soul, which is why Kecleon doesn't have any way of healing itself, meaning eventually it'll go down. Only issue is that Umbreon has max evasion and there is a Chansey on the field, and my only physical attacker's dead. It's fine, because the sheer force of +3 Mega Ampharos is more than enough to clean up the team, and lucky for me, Ampharos got caught in all that carnage. Well, it all comes down to this. 5 trainers, all with teams of nothing but legendaries, megas, and Pokemon just as strong. These guys are the best of the best. Starting us off with Sydney, whose hyper offense doesn't beat my hyper offense, so... What I didn't realize with the Elite Four Gauntlet is that not only could I not switch Pokemon, but I also couldn't switch moves or abilities, which would come to bite me in the ass later on. But for now, we got Phoebe, who's still a problem, with her obese lead of Necrozma Dusk and Trick Room Giratina. That's not all though. She also has a multi-skill Calyrex and a Marshadow that bypasses Protect, uses Spectral Thief on switching, and has priority against opponents below half health. And they're both carrying Focus Sashes. I mean, at this point, the last 2 ones aren't even worth mentioning because of how threatening the first 4 are. Glacia was also a problem, with her Mega Lapras having Ice Scales and Articuno setting up Aurora Veil. It was Kecleon all over again. But unlike Kecleon, Mega Lapras hits like a semi-truck. Drake, on the other hand, had a full team of Dragon types with no one-hit protection, or electric immunity. So... There's something I gotta ask about Steven's team. Why is Mewtwo here? I mean, there are plenty of legendary steel types that would fit in this team just fine. It doesn't matter, it makes no difference. Plusle's too strong for even the champion himself. Okay, so we got... Why Mewtwo? He's not even steel type. Why is a Mewtwo on his team? It's the same strat that I've been using. We just gonna Volt Switch out. Wow. Wow, my guy is tanky. Yeah. Is this gonna be an electric mouse sweep for the champion? Because that's kind of what it's looking like right now. Oh yeah. Yeah, at least the thumbnail's accurate. I'm going to one-shot this Mewtwo. With my fucking electric mouse. 2 blind mice. The twin dragons. It's been fun, Steven. Acting all high and mighty, with your Choice Scarf Genesect against my level 20 Pokemon? Nah. Not this time. Let me make sure you don't have Sturdy. And then we'll end it with one final Helping Hand discharge. Yeah. Yeah, alright. One final. Electric Terrain boosted. Plus minus. Helping Hand. Transistor. Life Orb discharge. Close it out. Close it out, Plusle. Close it out. Close it out, Plusle. End it. End their miserable lives. And a crit for 800 damage. Oh. Oh, you love to see it. Come on. Oh, it didn't kill! Hold on. Hold on, it didn't kill. Maybe I should have considered. Oh, you made the sorry mistake of going after Yun. Oh no. No. You should have gone for I guess it doesn't matter. You would have lost anyways. It's, you know what? It doesn't matter. There we go. One final. It's not plus minus boosted Helping Hand, but you know, it's not the same. Just fucking die. Okay. But yes, this was Pokemon Elite Redux, double battles only. I, the champion, fall in defeat. Oh yes, you do. Kudos to you, Butthig. I know I played this game before, and I know this game is meant to be snapped in half, but holy shit, this game is so much fun after the update. It's like playing a completely new game all over again. Big shoutouts to the Pokemon who couldn't make it to the Hall of Fame, starting with my starter, Lettuce, the Meganium, who's probably still holding in a Violite, Punchit, the Primeape, and Arceus for the Anger Point Rock Slide Cheese strat that carried me through the early game, Fatty, the Greedent, can't forget about that, for holding it down until Pachirisu got here, and R. Floatzel for both setting up Tailwind and negating weather for the team, until Kilowattrel came to replace it. The craziest part about all this is that this Plusle Mine and Electric Terrain Discharge spam is probably not even the strongest strat, and surely isn't the only strat that could completely snap this game in half. Even after seeing this playthrough, if you go and play this game right now, you'll probably have a completely different, completely unique experience, with just how much different stuff you can do in this game. Well, that's it for this video. I mean, there is a post-game, but seeing as this video is already as long as it is, I'm probably going to have that as its own separate video, if enough people want it. If you want to play the game for yourself, I'll leave the ROM hack in the description, as well as a link to the Elite Redux Discord. If you want to see me really break something, check out my modded Nuclear Throne video, and then buy the game for yourself. I swear this is not sponsored, I just want more people playing this sick game.